myself with the words of my colleague. But I want to go back to the ARB. And my 20 years on the Oversight Committee, one of the things that I've tried to do is try to make sure that I protect the reputations of the people who come before our committee, be they Republican witnesses, be they Democrat or independent. The reason being that I realize that there's life after the hearing. And so often, Madam Secretary, what happens is people come before these hearings, the families watching, colleagues watching, they are torn apart. And then in many instances, things are corrected later on instead of it appearing on the front page of the newspaper. It's on page 33 at the bottom in a little paragraph. And you were talking a little bit earlier about the night of the tragedy. And I've done a lot of depositions in my life as a lawyer. But I can tell you, and I think you should be very proud of this, when I listened to Cheryl Mills, to Mr. Sullivan, and Ms. Avedon, when they talked about this night and what you did that night in their transcribed interviews, all of them were basically brought to tears. And I remember sitting there saying to myself, you know, if you can create a culture in an organization where people, in talking about their boss and how she reacted and what she felt, that would bring them to tears, it says a lot. And I realize that you've gone through a lot, but the fact still remains that, and it bothers me when I hear people even imply that you didn't care about your people. That's not right. And then I sit here and I watch you. And I saw how you kind of struggled when you were talking about that night. And I just, for one, want to thank you, and I appreciate what you've done. It has not been easy. You're right. It's easy to sit up here under these lights and Monday morning quarterbacking about what could have been, what should have done. You have laid it out. I think you have said this has not been done perfectly. You wish you could do it another way. And then the statement that you made a few minutes ago when you said, you know, I have given more thought to this than all of you combined. So I don't know what we want from you. Do we want to badge you over and over again until you get tired, until we do get the gotcha moment that he's talking about? We're better than that. We are so much better. We're a better country. And we're better than using taxpayer dollars to try to destroy a campaign. That's not what America is all about. So you can comment if you like. I just had to get that off my chest. Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Congressman. I came here because I said I would. And I've done everything I know to do, as have the people with whom I worked, to try to answer your questions. I cannot do any more than that. The answers have changed not at all since I appeared 2 years ago before the House and the Senate. And I recognize that there are many currents at work in this committee, but I can only hope that the statesmanship overcomes the partisanship. At some point, we have to do this. It is deeply unfortunate that something as serious as what happened in Benghazi could ever be used for partisan political purposes. And I'm hoping that we can move forward together. We can start working together. We can start listening to each other. And I appreciate greatly what you said, Ranking Member Cummings.
Thank you very much.